The automotive industry witnesses a bombshell announcement. Right out of the blue, the CEO of the world's biggest automaker drops a warning that stamps hard on the beaming future of EVs. It says a lot when everyone's cheering for a noble way of cutting down carbon emissions, and one man rises to say no to the vision. This warning by Toyota's CEO has thrown politicians, consumers, and investors into a swirl of panic. What did the experienced automobile manufacturers see that the public missed? Are EVs truly a waste of energy, resources, and investments? Is the largest automaker shunning this advancement despite the government's involvement? The curiosities on this matter are a list that has no end. But if you keep watching this video, you will uncover the intricacies surrounding this big boo on EVs from Toyota's CEO. What he said, why he gave that warning, and the resounding impact it has on the futuristic EV market. Toyota's stance on EVs. The EV market faced a rise after the governmental policy which states that 67% of all vehicles on the road should be EVs by 2030. This policy, in addition to the vision to reduce carbon emissions from smoking exhaust pipes, has made the acceptance of EVs a priority for most, if not all, automotive companies. However, a leading car manufacturer has decided to stay afloat and take a rigid stance on electric vehicles, not being the gem it seems to be. On a cool afternoon, just the day after GM and Honda called off a partnership deal for the production of more EVs, Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda made a striking statement that contradicted the booming EV field. His opposing statement was in line with how Toyota has always felt about the EV industry. Despite a seeming profitability margin, Toyota spotted some factors that made them cheer these battery-powered vehicles from afar. In October 2022, Toyota remarked that EVs are just going to take longer than the media would like us to believe. Is he not just right? Crashing right after a high that got automotive giants scrambling to dominate the field, the success of EVs is now questionable, not with the plenty of shake evidence available. Does this mean that this leading car manufacturing company wants nothing to do with this innovation? Their recent releases, like their Toyota BZ4X and RAV4, prove otherwise, as they run on electricity as well. This causes controversy regarding the then CEO's remark. Or is he using an approach foreign to what the other automotive companies are applying? You will soon find out. Toyota's CEO warning. At a time when automotive powerhouses were rushing to pledge their compliance to fan the flames of the thriving EV industry, Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda made a bold statement that sent politicians shifting on their feet. Toyota argued that going all in on EVs is a mistake. We must give consumers the choice to choose. This declaration came to the limelight after the car guru noticed the regulations set in place for the massive adoption of EVs. Since Toyota is known for having a vehicle for everyone, it is no surprise that the 100% electric vehicles rule opposes Toyota's unique selling point. Toyota made this statement after observing certain factors that do not make the EV market as promising as it seems. Emphasis on hybrid technology. While some argue that Toyota is just refusing to adapt to changing trends, the automotive mogul has proof of a technology greater than purely battery-powered vehicles, hybrid technology. After the release of the Toyota Prius, a hybrid vehicle, and acknowledging the fast and steady growth in sales over the years, it is quite hard for them to suddenly make a switch to fully adopt EVs. The CEO advises listening to consumers' wants, and the stats show that more and more customers are slying the EV trend and opting for hybrids themselves. Hydrogen fuel technology. Why does it look like Toyota has many alternatives to EVs up their sleeves? It is because they do. The brand advocates for the use of hydrogen fuel cells over battery-powered vehicles. To this effect, they launched the Toyota Mirai, a hydrogen fuel cell sedan, and have recorded massive profits since then. Little wonder the CEO can make such a statement and get away with it. Pricing. Among all the leading car manufacturing brands, Toyota stood out as it laid down its ears to the cries of the people regarding the luxury pricing of battery-powered vehicles. They think of rather creating models that are affordable to the public, even if being run by electricity of any form. This huge gap in the prices of EVs and the common man makes the sustainability of the raving market truly questionable, and his warning very valid. Charging infrastructure. The lack of adequate charging infrastructure for electric vehicles has since been a matter of concern for EV manufacturers, consumers, and investors. Toyota is not left out, as they predict how this lack is going to breed customer dissatisfaction at all levels. The thought of your car stopping without a charging unit close by is enough to discourage any forward-thinking consumer. And even where there is a nearby charging unit, the charging hours are painfully long enough to make you miss an appointment or watch your excitement for that drive fizzle away. Environmental impact of EV production. Toyota is indirectly calling the 2030 EV mandate a scam and a hypocritical vision. This is because it has spotted a low-lying truth. In the process of trying to reduce carbon emissions, the environment is still at high risk with the production of lithium-ion batteries, which are the primary power for EVs. Also, the sustainability of the raw materials used in creating these batteries has been called into question. Makes us wonder who is truly looking out for the good of the people, Toyota or the government. Industry reactions to the CEO's warning. CEO Toyota is no newbie in the car business. With decades of experience to his name as an automotive expert and working 14 years as Toyota's CEO, his rigid claim on EVs being too good to be true was not to be dismissed. In fact, his warning caused such an uproar that he had to step down from the CEO position days later. Now he acts as the chairman of the Toyota board, but his stance on EVs remains the same. However, some leading car manufacturing brands like Ford and GM have maintained their outdoor chill stance on producing as many EVs as possible, but indoors a lot is going on. Ford. This automotive powerhouse suddenly noticed a major decline in sales, especially from early to mid-2023. Their losses began to pile up as they recorded a loss of a staggering $36,000 on every EV sale. It does not end there. As opposed to peaking sales high in 2021 and 2022, Ford acknowledged over $3 billion in losses in total and a stockpile of EVs in showrooms with uninterested buyers. This sudden downturn does not seem so sudden anymore, as Toyota already gave the warning, but the brands would rather thrive on trends. Ford's CEO Jim Farley attributed the decline to reasons like the premium pricing of EVs, an unsatisfying EV model selection, and the United Automobile Workers strike, among other reasons. Due to this recent depressing EV development, Ford has now slowed down its production of their previous best sellers, which are the F-150 Lightning and the Mustang Mach-E, as they do not seem so enchanting anymore. As much as they still buy into the noble carbon emission removal goal, they are facing a hard EV sales season that might cause them to reconsider their stance on the matter. General Motors. This automotive leader is also not left out in facing the harsh realities of going all in on EVs, as Toyota predicted. Their sales took a remarkable downward spiral, and they have recorded losses in their billions too. Under pressure to strategize and save their finances, GM CEO Mary Barra even had to pause the release of their Chevrolet Silverado EV for a year. Barra attributed her company's losses to pricing as well as range anxiety and battery technology issues. She claims that one cannot work without the other. The prices have to stay up to accommodate the high-quality batteries used in the production of these electric vehicles. These challenges have caused them to re-strategize and cut down on their ambitious goal to produce 600,000 EVs by the end of 2024 to produce about 200,000 to 300,000 EVs instead. It has been one heck of a rollercoaster ride for these brands, but wiser companies like Lucid have had a rethink and are threading more cleverly on the EV path. Consumer reactions to the CEO's warning. It's all smiles on the part of the consumers as they finally have a voice for their hesitating thoughts. Statistics show that more and more EV owners are now trading their vehicles for gas-powered ones and hybrid vehicles. It seems like the adrenaline from the EV gold rush has now cleared, and the reality of the compromising EV features now stare them in the face. When asked, Factors like the cost of maintenance peaking as high as $50,000 charge for when your EV breaks down are just too unrealistic for anyone to wrap their heads around. Other issues like the scarcity of charging infrastructure, lack of technicians in the EV field, pricing, and others came up as reasons for consumer dissatisfaction. This leaves a great chunk of the consumer population heeding Toyota's warning. Who knows, what if this contributed to the reduction in sales of EVs? Toyota's claim didn't go into the public domain without backup, as he had demonstrated through new car releases that electric vehicles are far more disadvantageous than they are good. He also revealed through these models that electric vehicles are not the only way to carbon neutrality in the environment. That being said, the former CEO condemns going all in on battery-powered vehicles when there is a host of more profitable, safe, and high-quality options to try. Suggestions? It might be best for these other brands to take a step back and try to see things from Toyota's perspective. Perhaps embracing hybrid technology might be the new way forward, as this would solve most raging customer complaints. What do you think about this news? Share your thoughts in the comment section and stay tuned for more trends in the EV industry.